How do you get sacred fame? Let's talk about that in this episode. My name is Kasia Rachfall, and I'm so excited to share with you a whole bunch of ways that you can begin to claim your sacred fame. Remember, sacred fame is this idea of being fully seen and fully heard for who you are in the world, for the service that you offer, and being renowned for that in your community or even globally. It really depends on the level that you want, but it is completely different from celebrity fame. So, how do you get sacred fame? Well, I've got notes, I've got a whole bunch of points. So, let's get started. So, the first thing is sacred fame is really a mindset that brings about an experience. If you are out there doing your thing, serving from that heart space, following your intuition, being really the best that you can be at whatever it is you do, whether you're a creative, an entrepreneur, a coach, a helper, a healer, the mindset with which you come to your work and with which you actually live your life, not just work, this is a holistic mindset. It brings in the experience of sacred fame. You begin to be fully seen and heard for who you are, and you receive the sacred fame as a result. It's a side effect of being your authentic self. So mindset being the operative word, you got to be able to think strategically, focus your energy, right? Mindset is all those things. So that's number one, is really developing the sacred fame mindset. Number two is letting go of the past, old stories, limiting beliefs, conditioned behaviors, resistance. When you set a goal or when you desire something and you put that out there, I want XYZ, I want to have this experience, I want sacred fame. What that does is it activates within you the frequencies of whatever is standing in your way of having that thing that you want. And so then the work becomes moving through that resistance, right? Moving through and deactivating or clearing, integrating those resistances. And can take a while. It might not take a while at all. It might surprise you how fast you can move through stuff. But that is the second thing, is letting go of the past. The third thing is stop doing so much. It's not about being busy. It's about really focusing, prioritizing, and aligning your energy, and then taking action. Because if you're just multitasking or spreading yourself really thin, having your fingers in too many pies, following whatever next shiny object comes your way, you might never really catch traction with anything you're doing. You might always restart or pivot or change, thereby confusing the people who are, waiting for you to serve them, to offer them solutions. And you might actually be staying small, right? Playing small because of that. So really knowing how to align, focus, and prioritize your energy and then take action from there. Really important. Number 4 is decide that you are enough right now just the way you are. You don't need another training. You don't need another course. You don't need another book to read, a certificate. You don't. You might choose to certify yourself in something else or train in something else. There's nothing wrong with that, but the energy with which you approach it, that's what matters. That's what matters. Because if you do those trainings from a place of, I don't know enough, I'm not enough, I'm just going to hide a little bit more and take these trainings so that I feel like I belong or like I finally have something to say, you will never feel satisfied. But if you take the trainings from a place of, I want to expand my knowledge, and I know that this next really cool training or this next book that I'm going to read will fulfill my desire to grow. And it will add value to who I already am, but it won't fix me. It won't complete me. I am already enough. That is the mindset that you want. So decide that you are enough right now, just as you are. Number 5, claim your expertise right now. So this is a little bit different, kind of the same as number 4, but claim your expertise right now. Even if you haven't finished all the trainings that you might need to fulfill whatever career path or whatever business path you're on. We're always growing and expanding. I am consistently and constantly taking next levels of energy kinesiology trainings and retaking past levels so that I can keep my knowledge fresh and keep up to date with the newest developments in that field. But I do it because, again, it adds value to what I already do. I don't do it because I don't believe I'm already expert enough, right? So if you claim your expertise right now, you will recognize that your life experience, your work experience that you already have, your connection to yourself, to your guidance, and your training actually make you who you are, and you are enough right now. So see yourself as an expert already. Anything that you add as time goes on is cherry on top of the cake, but you are already an expert, and so claim that. I think this is number 6. Master your emotions and master your intuitive connection so that you can confidently make decisions and take action. We cannot control what happens out there in the world. Like, as we've seen, the last, couple of years have shown us that shit can hit the fan in all kinds of ways, and how we respond or react to whatever these circumstances are outside of us, that shows us the level of resilience we have, or the level of inner control over how we see what we're in control of. We can only control ourselves. And so knowing how to handle difficult emotions, so important. Knowing how to tune into and sharpen your intuition so that when you feel disconnected from stuff out there or people out there, you know that you have that inner connection and you can rely on it to move you to the next step, to invite you forward. So important. Number 7 is master your mind so that it doesn't derail you through your emotions and your intuition, no matter what's going on out there, right? Our mind, sometimes called the monkey mind, because it just keeps turning and spinning and thinking and talking. And there's so many different ways for how you can start mastering your mind. But really, why do you want to do that? You want to do that so that you can trust yourself and be confident. Because when you can trust your mind, then you know that you can pretty much do anything. Our mind is the one thing that tends to derail us the most. So again, back to that point about mindset. In order to create and cultivate the mindset that will help you get your level of sacred fame that you want, you've got to work on your thoughts, on how you think, what you think, right? How you solve problems, whether you overthink or you know how to still your mind. So again, really, really crucial. Number 8 is integrate your wisdom into your body. You don't want to just be in your head all the time. Because if your nervous system isn't regulated, if you don't know how to use your body to calm yourself down, to tune in, to feel which direction or which choice is the better one to make, the better way to go, that means your nervous system isn't necessarily regulated. And so when something happens out there, again, it might send you into a tailspin. So making sure that everything you're processing, emotional healing, mental healing, this mindset work that I'm talking about, the intuitive work that I'm talking about, is integrated into your body. So you can hold all your dreams. So you can hold all the things on your plate with ease, rather than going into burnout and overwhelm. So that's one of the main reasons why when I stumbled across energy kinesiology, it felt like that was like the missing piece to my work. Because how many times have you done a whole bunch of emotional work, you've cleared and cleared and cleared, and you're like, I did it, I healed that thing. And then you find yourself in a situation and your body is responding in that old way. It's because you've done it mentally, you may have done it emotionally, but your body sometimes still holds the frequency of those old patterns. That's why, there's many different ways of doing. My modality of choice for body, mind, soul integration is energy kinesiology. And it's a must, no matter whether I work with my clients for 3 months or 6 weeks, or longer. Even in the Akashic Records course that I teach, we do a lot of energy kinesiology integration so that the wisdom comes from not just up here, it doesn't stay up here, but it integrates into every cell in our being. So I think that was number 8. Number 9, define what you want. Define what you want. What does your success look like? Because if you don't know, how will you ever find it? For example, if I had a bag of sacred fame success right in front of me right now, and I said, I have your sacred fame, all you have to do is describe to me what it looks like, what it feels like, who you are every day, what you do, how you think, and if you can just describe that to me in detail, then I can just pull it out of this bag and give it to you. Would you be able to describe to me what you want, how it feels, who you are, what you do, what you talk about, how you think? If not, then chances are you're going to spend more time looking for it versus defining what your success looks like, what you want, why you want it. Then one thing, you might realize you're actually closer than you think. And 2, you will recognize the signs that you're on your way there. So that's super important. The next one, I think we're on number 10, serve. You are here to serve. I am here to serve. How may I serve? One of my first mentors, Dr. Wayne Dyer, beautiful, beautiful soul. I just adored him. I adored his teaching. That was one of his favorite teachings, was to ask every day, how may I serve? And this doesn't mean put yourself last necessarily and leave yourself out of the equation. That's actually the next point, is include yourself in your dreams, include yourself in your goals. So service must include you. If it doesn't, if you're only doing the things you do so that you can help others, hoping that the universe will then, dribble a little something, something to you, it's not going to come. It's not. You got to include yourself in your dreams, in your desires, in your service. And this goes way beyond just like self-care and getting a massage once in a while, or spending some time reading a book. This is a way of being where you know that you are just as worthy of receiving everything that you want as the people you are serving. So I think that will be an episode all on its own, because it's just such an important point. And then the last one, at least for this episode, is celebrate. If you were to make a list of all the things that you have achieved and done and overcome and created and succeeded with on your path to right now, if you were to imagine that was a mountain you were looking down and you could look back down that mountain, how far have you come? Have you celebrated yourself? Have you celebrated even the smallest little goal and the smallest little miracle in your life? Because you co-create everything, right? This is a universe where we co-create with the frequencies, with the energy. We receive who we are. And if you don't celebrate even your smallest achievements, not just the big ones, but all of them, the big, the small, everything in the middle, if you don't celebrate that, if you're always just setting the next goal or just feeling like it's not enough, it's always going to feel not enough. So if you celebrate yourself, give yourself permission to toot your own horn. You don't have to brag or, be an ass about it. It's not about that. It's true celebration and gratitude for becoming who you are already. Because when you have all these things together, all these ducks in a row, then your sacred fame, it's just a matter of timing, divine timing, of course, which, we don't necessarily have control over, but it's just a matter of timing. And when you have all these ducks in a row, you might even realize that you already have your sacred fame, or you have a degree of it. So let me know which one of these points landed for you the most. Which one do you feel like you would need support around? Have you bumped up against any of these in the past? Do you disagree with any of them? Do you agree with them? Do you have your own points that you would want to add to this list for how to get sacred fame? Love to hear from you. Thanks so much for listening. I appreciate all of you. If you enjoy this podcast, please subscribe and make sure you get notified when I release the next episode. And I wish you an amazing day. I'll see you next time.